Imagine walking into the reptile house of a zoo at night. The silence is heavy, the air thick with the musky scent of snakes. You expect to see creatures safely behind glass, but instead you come face to face with a horrifying sight. A massive python has wrapped itself around a young zoo intern, its jaws already stretching over his head. This isn't a scene from a horror movie. It's a real event that happened at the Caracas Zoo in Venezuela. 29-year-old biology student Eric Arrieta made a tragic mistake that put him face to face with one of nature's most efficient predators, the African rock python. Stay with me, because this story only gets more shocking, as we uncover not only what happened that night, but the terrifying truth about just how powerful and unpredictable these snakes really are. Eric's passion for animals. Eric Arrieta wasn't just another intern. He was a passionate biology student with dreams of working with wildlife. His colleagues described him as curious, eager to learn, and sometimes a little too brave. On this particular night, Eric was assigned to the reptile house, a quiet duty, usually uneventful. But inside that reptile house lived a new arrival. Months earlier, the zoo had accepted a 10-foot African rock python. The animal had been donated by a private owner who could no longer care for it. These snakes grow far too large and powerful for most people to keep as pets. The fatal decision. For reasons no one fully understands, Eric broke one of the most important rules of handling dangerous animals. He opened the enclosure. But why? Some say he wanted to interact with the python. Others believe he underestimated the snake's danger, thinking it was tame because it had been a pet and came from a household. But wild instincts never disappear. When Eric entered that space and did what he did that night, he unknowingly walked into the predator's world. The attack. A few hours later, other workers arrived. What they saw stopped them cold. In the dim light, the python was already coiled tightly around Eric's body. Its jaws were stretched impossibly wide, working over his head. Pythons don't chew, they swallow prey whole. Piece by piece, bone by bone. The workers panicked. They grabbed sticks, tools, anything they could find, striking the snake to make it release Eric. Finally, under repeated blows, the python loosened its grip. But it was too late. Can you imagine being the co-workers who walked in and saw that? The sheer terror of realizing your friend was being swallowed alive? That image never leaves you. How a python hunts humans. Now let's break down exactly how this happened. African rock pythons don't hunt humans often, but they're absolutely capable of doing so. These snakes can reach over 20 feet in length and weigh more than 200 pounds. They use stealth, patience, and overwhelming strength. Here's how it works. The bite. Eric had a bite mark on his wrist. This tells us the snake struck him first, latching on with its backward curved teeth. Once those teeth sink in, pulling away is almost impossible. The coil. In seconds, the snake wrapped its muscular body around Eric. Each time he exhaled, the coils tightened, preventing him from breathing in again. The swallowing. After constriction, pythons begin swallowing head first. Why the head? It allows limbs to fold naturally, making the process easier. The zoo's shock. The zoo staff were horrified. No one expected such a nightmare scenario. The African rock python was supposed to be just another exhibit. But in reality, these snakes are some of the most dangerous constrictors on Earth. In fact, African rock pythons have been documented swallowing animals as large as antelope, warthogs, and even crocodiles. If they can swallow a crocodile, imagine how easy it is to do the same to a person. Why pythons are so effective. Let's dive into some incredible and terrifying python facts that help explain why Eric never stood a chance. Expandable jaws. Their jaws are connected by stretchy ligaments, allowing them to open more than 150 degrees. This is why they can swallow prey larger than their own head. Flexible skin and ribs. Their bodies can stretch around massive meals, and specialized muscles help move prey down into the stomach. Heat sensing. Pythons can see in the dark. Heat-sensing pits along their jaw detect warm-blooded prey even in complete darkness. Patient predators. They can lie motionless for hours, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The aftermath at the zoo. The incident raised tough questions. Why was Eric alone? Why wasn't there more training or safety precautions? The zoo was criticized for lax safety protocols, and experts warned against keeping such powerful snakes in enclosures without strict handling rules. The python was eventually subdued, but the damage was already done. Now let me ask you, would you ever feel safe walking into a reptile house at night, knowing a predator like that could be inside? Other chilling cases of python encounters. To understand just how real the danger is, let's look at a few other cases. Indonesia, 2017. A farmer vanished while tending his crops. Villagers later discovered a massive reticulated python with a suspiciously swollen belly. They cut open the snake. Inside was the missing man. South Africa, 2002. A 10-year-old boy was attacked by a pet python while he slept. His family managed to fight it off just in time. Florida, USA. Burmese pythons, an invasive species, have been known to attack pets and humans. One python was found with an entire alligator inside its body, though the battle ended with neither animal being alive. These stories remind us, pythons are not gentle giants. They are predators hardwired for survival. Why people keep underestimating them? Part of the problem is that snakes in captivity often appear calm. They don't lash out daily. But that doesn't mean they're safe. A python that seems docile can turn into a lethal predator in an instant, especially when it feels threatened, hungry, or sees an opportunity. The science of swallowing whole. One of the most astonishing things about pythons is how they digest meals. After consuming something massive, their bodies undergo an incredible transformation. Their metabolism skyrockets, burning energy at a rate 40 times higher than normal. Their organs, like the liver, heart, and intestines, temporarily enlarge to handle the enormous load. Digestion can take weeks, during which the python becomes sluggish and vulnerable. But once digestion is complete, the snake can go months without another meal. Picture that, a predator that can eat once, and then wait patiently for its next chance, weeks or even months later. That's patience on a level humans can hardly imagine. Why this story still haunts people. The tragedy of Eric Arrieta continues to echo in Venezuela and among zookeepers worldwide. It's a sobering reminder that nature is not to be underestimated even in controlled environments like zoos. Wild instincts remain. For Eric, one broken rule and one moment of miscalculation led to an encounter he could not escape. The story of Eric Arrieta isn't just about a zoo incident. It's about respect, the respect humans must have for creatures that evolved over millions of years to be perfect hunters. So, next time you see a python behind glass, remember that thick coil of muscle and those unblinking eyes aren't just for show. They are the tools of a predator that could overpower almost anything it sets its sights on. If you found this story as shocking and eye-opening as I did, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more real animal encounters and unbelievable survival stories. And let me know in the comments, what's your greatest fear when it comes to wild animals? Because out there in the animal kingdom, sometimes we're not the hunters, we are the prey.